Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be playing a ranked game of the finals, and I'm going to talk through my thought process and explain why I'm making all of the decisions that I am making. And I'm also just going to offer some general tips and tricks as we play the ranked match, and we're going to try and win. The reason I'm showing this ranked match in particular is because the first two games go really badly, and I play absolutely awfully. Like, I really play like a bronze player for the first two matches, and then the second two matches actually go quite well. So I don't really know what happened halfway in between the two matches. I didn't really change anything, but first two are really bad. I think the first one's definitely quite awful, and the second one maybe is a little bit better, but it's still quite bad. And then matches 3 and 4 are a lot better. So I'm just gonna go with this game because it is going to offer some type of like differences between the first two and the last two. I opened the vault. I'm just looking around for the enemy team. I found them, chuck a dome shield down, so that person hit me a little bit, and whenever someone hits you a little bit, they're probably going to follow up with a push to try and chase you down. They didn't though, but that's why I threw the dome shield. I see the mine, try and get away from it. I just run back to my dome shield because it's still there, try and just shoot some gas out just because I see my teammates taking damage in the bottom left. I go look up at them, and they just got a team wipe here, so I did absolutely nothing in this first fight. One of my teammates just had 3 kills, and presumably my other teammate backed them up there, so I really didn't do anything. I literally just like ran into a mine. So already I'm not playing great, and then I struggle on the stairway as well. Like, I don't know what happened in these first two matches, but they're gonna be really bad. But yeah, we're just gonna go to cash out A, we're gonna pop that in, and then we're probably going to try and defend that, so I'll skip to that. Cash out A is in. I've just put some C4 on it. Something blows that up. I think it might have been my other heavy. But in general, you don't really want to blow up the building you're defending because it's going to make it a little bit more awkward to defend. Like, now there's a massive hole in the roof, so someone might be out there as well. I saw an enemy. They did a little bit of damage to me. I tried to chase them down, but I wasn't able to. One teammate's super low. Always good to keep an eye on your teammate's health bars in the bottom left. I see a mine, and I see another mine. In general, you should probably destroy these because even though you see them, your teammates definitely might not see them. The enemy just got rezzed, so I have the RPG out there. One thing to note, you don't RPG that person there because you'll blow yourself up. I get a nice directive shot on them, and I do kill them, but they actually kill me as well. So that obviously wasn't ideal. As a heavy, you don't really want to like 1v1 trade kills or anything like that, especially if it's like to a medium. If it's to a heavy, then maybe, but if it's like to someone that isn't a heavy, you don't want to die trying to get a kill, and in general you probably just don't want to die at all. Someone was stealing the cash out. I blew up my C4 I had on it, didn't get a kill or anything, but it did temporarily stop them from getting it. Here I get a kill, charge and slam. I get the assist actually, and I'm just staying around the cash out area. I was thinking about going for the revive here. There's an orange over there. There's also a turret. You can just dome from the turret, and then you don't really have to worry about that. I don't think I'm going to get killed here, so I just res. In the safety of the dome shield, I chuck some more C4 on the cash out. Always good to have C4 on the cash out, especially if you've got it on cooldown. And here we just got killed by a purple light using an LH1 from cash out B, from the other cash out. So this is really unfortunate. Like, I think we were gonna win that fight probably. So yeah, that's just really unlucky. Like, they're literally at the entire opposite side of the map. That's the cash out you're supposed to be defending really when you're on the other team, but they just came in third partied, and like 90% of times going to third party as a solo at a different cash out on the other side of the map, that isn't going to work out for you. But that was like the 10% time where it did work out for that light, so that's super annoying. And we all just try and go to cash out B here. You could go to vault 3. It is going to be the safer option, but sometimes it's better to go for the other cash out, because like even if we went to open the vault, there's a good chance that if we opened it and then put it into the cash out, this cash out would be finished, and then everyone might try and third party at vault 3. So sometimes you might want to, you might want like vault 3 and vault 4 to open at the same time, so the cash outs are put in at similar times. That's also really unfortunate. I was low from someone else that shot me from far away, and both of my teammates were like next to me, but the light decided to shoot me, and I just happened to be the one that was low. So that was unfortunate as well. Teammate gets a kill. Think they're going to revive, and now I don't know what happens. I'm spectating my heavy, I think, because they've got a couple of kills in this match so far. So I think we're just going to see what happens. Medium is down here. They inspect their weapon just because they get RPG'd, and then they die, and we get team wiped. So, not a fantastic start. Like, we're not going to get cash out B now either, so we're just going to have to go for Vault 3 or Vault 4, which isn't really ideal. good to note that when you die, you can always use this spectating mode to your benefit. So I'm just keeping an eye on Vault 3 to see what's happening over here, and I see that Vault 4 is also spawned in on the left. But I'm just like staying at this one to see if someone's coming. I see someone coming, and then I try and go have a look at Vault 4, but that's just where we spawn. So we're gonna pop this open, gonna try and put it into the cash out, and then we're going to try and defend. We actually just get cash out D here. No one else comes to fight this at any point. So we open the vault, we put the vault into the cash out, and then it went on the whole time without a different team showing up. So everyone was always third partying at the other cash out there, which is pretty silly from the other teams. You know, again, the ranked matchmaking system absolutely sucks right now. But no one on the other teams had the sense to like try and go to the vault where there wasn't 3 teams. So got a little bit fortunate here. You don't open this vault. There's 1 minute left in the game. And we're going to qualify if things stay how they are. If another vault is put in, maybe we're not going to qualify anymore. So you just want to defend this. Even if someone opened it now, they'd only have 20 seconds to get to a cash out, which would be a little bit tricky. I just chucked some, I chucked some C4 on it, and I've got some C4 ready to pop if someone opens it, which I'm probably going to try and do. I think someone does open it. Yeah, someone opens it. I try blow it up. Doesn't work. And when this vault opens, I'm now going to try and shoot at whoever is trying to take the vault, because I just want to make sure they don't get it into cash out B before the time expires, because Orange is in first place. So if we were in first place here, we wouldn't have to like try and stop this from happening. Even if someone else got this cash out in, it would be okay because we'd still be in first. But because we were in second, we have to make sure that this team doesn't get that in. Someone is just going to try and put it in, and if they get it in, that definitely wouldn't be great, but they don't. I kind of defended it for long enough, or they didn't open it fast enough, really, is what happened there. I only had 1 kill in that match. I played really, really badly, and I died 4 times, so that definitely was not fantastic. But we ended up qualifying, and now we're on to round 2. Start of round 2, and I think it's probably worth noting, I actually don't think I said this, that one of my teammates is a heavy and one of my teammates is a medium. The medium I know is using the Guardian Turret. I don't really remember what the heavy is using, but Guardian Turret definitely isn't as good as the Healing Beam. It's like very, very okay. Healing Beam's just very, very good. If you're playing medium in ranked, you should probably just put the Healing Beam on, unless you've got like 3 mediums, and then maybe it's okay for, like, I think the turrets are best if you pair it with an APS turret, or you pair it with more turrets. If you're not doing either of those, I think you should probably just put the Healing Beam on. I think it's going to be better. I just die straight away, just kind of dive head first into the fight, die really, really quickly there. Oh man, there's 1 heavy left. This isn't a very smart play. You don't really want to try and shoot someone with a shotgun at long range, because it's a shotgun, doesn't have much range on it. They try and res me. Are they going to get me up? Yes, they are. Okay, so I'm up now. I chuck a dome shield in here, and I just hide. You don't fight here. It's a 1v3. I don't want to get wiped, really, because then we're not going to be able to play for longer. So I'm just chilling in this corner. They destroyed my dome shield, but I'm just hiding behind the door, not making any noise. This person comes out. I think they were going to turn around at one point, so I just try and get the kill, which I do. And I'm going to try and res my teammate. There's one out there, and we get wiped. So not great, but also you don't really want to coin there. In general, you don't really want to coin in the first 2 rounds, but you especially don't really want to coin at the start of any of the rounds, because you kind of want those coins later on. So I think one of my teammates might have been able to coin there. I actually wasn't looking. They also might not have been able to. But if they could coin, you don't really want to coin there. You'd rather just get wiped, and then at least we're going to be going to the cash out that was put in first, which is cash out A. So that was like a pretty okay time to die, and it means that we're going to like the, in quotes, correct cash out now, because it was put in first, which is also okay. So we're just going to fight purple here at this cash out, and we're going to see how it goes. I don't remember how this goes at all. There's an APS turret there. Don't shoot stuff into the APS turret, but also don't blow yourself up, which is what I just did. I suspected this person was in here. I missed every single one of my shotgun shots, so even though they were super low, I don't get that kill, which is quite annoying, and then they're getting healed, which is also quite annoying. They threw a gas grenade onto my totem, so it's harder to res me. If you've got gas grenades on, that's a very, you know, sensible thing to do. Just means that it's a bit harder to res your teammates. In general, it's always good to camp the totems, I think. You might see me doing that in the later rounds, or even in this one, maybe, I'm not so sure. This is the teammate, and I think they might die. They get a kill, they get a nice kill, and then I coin because I wanted to get this cash out and I didn't want to get wiped. So, you know, this is where you want to coin, like cash out's almost done, and you might be able to get it. That's where you want to coin, not at the start of the round. Get an RPG in. Am I gonna die? I try and target this guy because I knew they were low. but it doesn't work. I just die. So I chased that guy down because they were low. I didn't want to like 1v1 the heavy with the other guy that was already low shooting at me. It's better to try and focus on the person that was low, but that's not how it went down. I just got killed, and then we were wiped, and I kind of wasted a coin there as well. I think that was an okay time to coin. I just didn't make the most of the coin, so technically it's a waste. But anyway, we're respawning. Probably gonna have to go to cash out B. There's not much time left at A. Are we gonna do A? Looks like we're gonna do A. We're gonna try and do A really, really quickly. Okay, when there's not much time on the cash out, it's always a little bit annoying. You just gotta try and go for it, which is what I try and do. Here is when the mesh shield is very, very good. If you've got 2 heavies on your team, if someone has a mesh shield, try and chuck 2 dome shields down by the cash out, and then if one's a mesh shield as well and covers you, you can get cash outs like that. But when you're not really a coordinated team, or when you're just solo queuing like I am in this match, it's probably not going to work out so well unless you've got like a very, very good teammate with mega game sense that's really concentrating on the match. So we just don't get that cash out. Like we killed purple, but that doesn't really do anything. And then I die again immediately afterwards to a turret and some mines. So again, I do not play well in these first 2 games. And the next matches should definitely go better. There's 1 teammate left, and I'm not too sure what's happening here. There's 4 minutes left in the game. We're only halfway through. They're getting shot from behind, and I think they're going to fight purple. They've put a turret down. They're trying to chase. Okay. Alright, so that, that didn't go well. With the SA-1216 in general, with the heavy shotgun, you don't really want to tap fire it. You just want to kind of let loose. Because even if you tap fire, to try and be more consistent with your aim, to try and be more accurate, it's going to be better to shoot quickly, because then you're going to be able to get more shots in, and so you're probably going to hit more shots by shooting more shots, if that makes sense. I see a lot of people sometimes trying to tap fire this quite slowly to try and be more accurate. I would say to not do that unless you really need to save ammo, unless it's like a 3v2 or something, and you need to save ammo for other people. I would say don't tap fire, just go at it, because then you're going to be able to shoot more shots in general, because, you know, you'll shoot 4 quickly, and then you might be able to, like, pump it and then shoot another 4. Whereas if you tap fire, you might only be able to get, like, 3 shots in. So even if you hit all 3 of the first shots, if you hit, like, 50% of the 8 shots, which is 4 shots, that's gonna do more damage. Yeah, I'm going a bit wild on the pinging here, because my teammates want to go to Vault 3, which is not, it's just simply not the right choice. And that's because cash out C is very obviously going to be put into the cash out first, which is why I'm marking it. 1 teammate dies, and instead of trying to go to cash out C as a solo, I just go back to my teammates. You never really want to do anything as a solo in this game. It's a team-based game, right? You have to stay with your teammates. But there, if you've got a coordinated team, you want to go to the cash out that's been put in first, especially if it's like not the last cash out. I might talk about that more later on. But you always want to go to the cash out that's put in first for the most part. So I was marking that, and like that just didn't end up happening, and then we get wiped. So that's not great. And I think I might skip to what happens next. I actually don't remember what's going to happen next. But yeah, so you always want to go to the first cash out, and sometimes it's easy to tell when the cash out is going to be put in first, because you'll see the vault being opened, and maybe the vault's just naturally closer to the cash out. But the other vault there, the one my teammates were at, were quite far away. The vault was quite far away from the cash out, so it was quite obvious to tell where it was going. And here, they also mark the cash out that's being put in second. Again, you don't want to go to this, really. You want to go to the other one, because if you go to the other one, and then you mess up and you don't get it, you can just come back to this one. If you just do this one, there's not going to be much time to do the other one, and then, like, everyone's going to third party at the one after this one as well. So if you go for this one, everyone's going to third party this one, and also everyone's going to third party the next one. If you go to the other cash out here, if you mess up, you can be one of the people third partying, which is sometimes a bit easier, and then you're also going to have 1 extra chance afterwards if someone puts it in. So, you know, not really great to go to this one. I had a kill there though, so far this is looking okay. I chucked 2 C4 by this person's totem, and then they get wiped. So one of my teammates must have done well, so I just pick up the C4, because I want to put that somewhere else. Teammate is giving me cash out, so I don't have to worry about doing it. I'm just focusing on destroying these turrets. So one thing to note, when you get a team wipe, all of that team stuff is going to remain there until they actually respawn. So all these gas mines and stuff, they're going to stay there until purple actually respawns, which is in 2 seconds in the top left. And then when they've respawned, that stuff disappears. But you still kind of want to destroy it, because let's say someone throws down a dome shield and then you get the team wipe. The dome shield's going to stay there, and if a second team comes in third parties, they might still be able to use that dome shield, especially now that you can see the dome shield's colors. Like, let's say you're a red team, let's say you're purple, rather, and you're fighting a team that's orange, and they see like a pink dome shield, they'll know, if they're really concentrating, that they can use like the pink dome shield because it's not yours, so you can't shoot through, even though they can't shoot through as well, if that makes sense. It's just gonna be a little bit better to make sure everything is destroyed, like make sure turrets and dome shields are destroyed really after a fight, even though they're going to disappear naturally after the team respawns, if that makes sense. So now we're in first place, we want to defend one of the vaults, we want to make sure it doesn't get put in, so you know, we got a bit, like, lucky no one ended up third-partying there. They definitely would have had time to, but I guess someone is going to open Vault 5. They get Vault 5 and the cash out A, but because we're in first place, we don't have to do anything here. I opened the Vault... Oh, excuse me, I had to burp. I opened the Vault just because I, wanted the extra 1,000 cash. Now we've got 18,000 instead of 17,000. There's 1 minute left in the match, 1 minute of overtime because someone started this cash out. So you just want to make sure you don't get wiped really, because second place is 15,000. If we get wiped, that might be a little bit sketchy. So I'm kind of just doing a little bit of damage from afar here. I'm not really going by the cash out so much. I think I do end up doing that like later on, but I don't think we were at danger of being team wiped. Just get 2 kills kind of far away from the cash out. Again, the other vault doesn't matter, because after the game is entered overtime, all other cash outs disappear. So even if someone puts Vault 6 into this cash out, it doesn't really make a difference to who's going to qualify or not. Now we've got to be a little bit careful, because Salmon does have 16,200, so they're only 2,000 behind us. So if they get, what, like 6 kills, because each kill is 200 cash if you didn't know, then they might qualify, I mean overtake us. So that's why we're trying to get some kills as well, just to make sure that we stay in the lead. And now Salmon has the cash out, which means that they're going to win. There's 5 seconds left in the game. I probably shouldn't have pushed here. I kind of realize it here and then I try and run away. There is a purple as well and I do die. So I probably shouldn't have pushed there. I probably should have just stayed away to make sure we didn't get wiped. But actually the third place team ended up having 11,000. So I think even if we did get wiped, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. But luckily my teammates stayed alive anyway. So those were the 2 kind of poor games where I didn't play that well and I maybe didn't make the best decisions. And now I think we're going to get into the better stages of the match, which will be round 3. Round 3 commences, and we're going to go to Vault 2, I think. No, we're going to go to Vault 1 because that's much closer. If you're never sure which vault is closer, you can always just look straight at it and it will say the meters. So you can look straight at Vault 1, look straight at Vault 2, and it will say the meters on it so you can know which one is closer. But Vault 1 is closer in this case. I did have Charge and Sam. I used that because that just gives you a small little movement buff as a heavy. Don't RPG the light. RPG them now because now they're far away. So now you RPG them. I should have RPG'd the heavy actually because they had a C4 barrel, so they probably would have died. C4 barrels used to be good, not so much anymore. Again, Dome Shield's very, very, very powerful. If you're using it to get away, you can still kind of use it offensively. I try and chuck some C4 by this person's totem because I think the light might revive. I get a kill, and then there's one person that was low there, and I kill them as well. So I do get a team wipe there. It's a pretty nice team wipe. Always very, very, very good to camp totems. It's like a very strong strategy, and I don't see people using it so much, especially in ranked, funnily enough. But like just kind of camping totems, even though I didn't do it for that long there, I only did it for like a couple of seconds, but there is a good chance that if the light was like a good player, they were going to try and res their teammate there, because I was low. They might have thought that I was just going to run away, you know? So instead of chasing me down there, that light could have just tried to res their teammate, and if they tried to do that, I would have blown them up with the C4 and they would have been killed, but they just happened to be by the totem when they were in that room, so I blew it up and I got the kill anyway, and then I was able to kill the third one as well. So putting stuff, like putting C4 on totems and cash outs and stuff like that is very, very good. Or even like at the top of the staircase and then blow it up when they reach the top of the staircase. That's going to do a lot of damage as well. I don't know why my heavy likes blowing stuff up. This is a really, really awful place to blow this up. You just don't really want it to be outside, because then it's going to be a lot easier for enemies to steal. You want to make sure you've got the cash out in like as secure a location as possible, and being out kind of in the middle of the open isn't really that secure. I get a nice RPG there. I think it wasn't maybe the best though, because I didn't actually do like to the full potential of the damage, if that makes sense. And now I just run away. I don't really know what's happening at the other cash out, and both teammates are dead. I don't really want them to coin. Even though this is round 3, they probably could save a few coins. I wasn't really thinking about that in this match. But maybe I should have just let my teammate coin here. I do go quite far to res them, which probably wasn't the best decision in hindsight. But I see them trying to steal it, and they still blow up the C4. They do stop. I don't get a kill with the C4 or anything. Maybe it blew something up. Maybe it's getting third-partied. But there's lots of like started steals here that just stop. So I don't know if they're getting third-partied or if they're just baiting so that we like appear out from the skies or something, if they think we're like up on the roof or something like that. But everyone's alive now. One other teammate coined, like, you know, don't coin there because I'm obviously gonna res you, but they coined and they do have coins, so okay. It's a really unfortunate RPG there because the APS turret was just in my way. I'm super low. Try and throw the dome shield down, but I am dead. You have to throw the dome shield sooner than you think, because otherwise you're not going to get it down in time. One teammate left. They pop a turret down. They get a kill. Here you defibrillate, which they do. I am alive. I'm going to reload the shotgun. Always just probably good to reload as soon as you get up. Here I run away from the fight because it's a different team has entered. There's not much time left on the cash out, so all I want to do here is try and defend the cash out. You can try and res. You don't really want to try and 1v3 though, so someone starts stealing it, then they stop, so I cancel my charge on Sam. I was going to charge through that whole building, but they stopped stealing, so I cancelled it. One teammate has coined, meaning I can kind of sacrifice myself to stop this if they kill themselves to stop the next one. So I do die, but I do stop it. And now my teammate is being a distraction as well, and we're most likely going to get this cash out because the enemies aren't going to have time to steal it, and the heavy also wins the fight, so now we're going to get rezzed. They actually focus rezzing the medium here, so I can be defibrillated as well if I need to. I think they do anyway, unless they just res the medium because it was their friend that they were talking to or something. But in general, it's probably a good idea to focus on resing the medium so they can defibrillate the other teammate quite quickly, which I don't know if that was intentional or not, or they did it for a different reason. But anyway, we opened the next vault, so that all went quite well. I did go very far out of my way to res a teammate there, which probably wasn't the best thing to do. I think we do have a few coins here, but I think they also did use them, actually. Always good to save the coins where you can, really, and I just had a feeling it would be safe to revive. I probably shouldn't have. Probably wasn't a good decision, but it ended up working out, so hey. And now we're going to go to cash out D, and I don't think anyone's going to be up here, so I'm going to skip to when something happens. Oh, never mind. Stuff does happen, so both my teammates are getting killed behind me. And I'm just going to try and put this into the cash out. I want to put this into the cash out to get the timer ticking, and then I want to go and res them and stuff like that. So I put it in. I am going to chuck 2 C4 on this as well, so if I go and res my teammates and then someone starts stealing, I can just blow it up, and maybe that's going to be a free kill. There are people to the right here. I think there are also people to the left there, but I didn't see them at this point. I saw a heavy with the C4 barrel. I want to blow them up because that's most likely going to kill them. It doesn't, but they're one shot, so I end up killing them. I was going to res my teammate, but they coined. So again, you do want to be a little bit careful with how much you're coining because you do kind of want them for the final round. This is round 3 though, so it is also an okay time to use them. You definitely don't want to use them so much in rounds 1 and 2 though, because sometimes in the final round you are going to want them a good bit more, because, you know, that's like the most important round, I'd say, because you want to win that one. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, just be careful with when you coin, but teammate coins there, which I guess is okay. I just get an orange, and then I get another orange, so teammates must have done well to get the enemies low there, and then we win. I should have known there was another team here, because we just killed orange, but there was a pink dome shield, so I should have known that pink was here as well, but we start getting shot from the right, so I just reload my RPG. I see one there. They're trying to, like, flank a teammate, because I guess the teammate was low. I just killed them, RPG, and then follow up with a shotgun. You're probably going to get that kill, unless, like, they do the same thing. But the shotgun pretty much outguns all other guns. Again, just camp the totems. I didn't even have anything on that totem, but I was just looking at it, so, you know, I just got a kill from looking at the totem. Someone showed up, and then I was able to kill them. Really bad from the enemy, though, to, like, just try and res, at least defibrillate, or bring the totem somewhere else. But just looking at totems and camping them is very, very, very strong, especially as a heavy, because you do have the shotgun, the RPG, and the C4, and the dome shield. So heavy's probably best for doing it. Maybe the light as well, because maybe you can stun them and stop the res. But it's very powerful to camp totems. I'm going to skip to when the next thing happens now, which is right about here, I think. Someone gets wiped, and then pink shows up. I'm just going to RPG them. Just going to try and RPG from that range. It does work. One enemy is super low. I get the kill. And pink is not wiped yet, so someone's still around. I just quickly run back to the cash out to make sure no one's there. No one's there, so that's fine. Chuck a dome shield down because I was going to res, and then I get a kill. The totem's still there, but I'm pretty confident about resing inside the dome shield. If someone starts shooting, I can always stop, and now I'm going to put 2 C4 in the totem. So here, I'm probably going to camp this spot for a while, because I do think someone's going to res, and also, we don't have to do anything. We're in first place, so even if someone opens 1 vault, that's okay. If someone opens 2 vaults and starts putting both of those vaults in 2 separate cash outs, that's bad, but for now we don't have to do anything. Both vaults are opened actually, so I think we're going to focus on that in a second, but for now I've got a bit of tunnel vision on pink, I think. You don't really want to get tunnel vision. I do think I get a little bit here. I think I'm probably going to realize that both vaults are open though, no? Am I not going to realize it? Am I just going to stay at this totem? No way. Oh wow, that's really bad actually. I should definitely be going to one of the other vaults here. Someone gets wiped. I'm still looking at this totem. I really think it's going to end at some point soon, though. So I'm not going to skip to anything. Wow, I'm actually just staying in this corner. Okay, this is really bad. What I should be doing is looking at the other vaults and making sure that no one is putting one into 2 cash outs. Because that's what you don't want, because then maybe you're not going to win anymore. That's exactly what happened. So I got like a bunch of tunnel vision there, and I wasn't thinking about the game. That's really what you not want to do. That's like an absolutely awful play by me. Like, I've made some bad plays in the first 2 rounds of this tournament. That by far was my worst play, because that's actually going to cost us, I think. I think if I remember correctly, they're going to get that vault in. I'm looking at my teammate, looking at the zipline, because I'm thinking about resing, but I'm going to try and stop them from getting the vault in first. I try an RPG, see if it does anything. They get the cash out in, and now I'm going to go res. So, like, I kind of threw that game a little bit there by camping that enemy's totem before. But now I'm just going to res, going to try and get my teammates up, because I think we need one of these vaults. I think in-game, I'm probably going to do a bit of math. But right now, pink is 10,000, 22,000. Pink's going to have 32,000, and we have 34,000. So we don't actually need to get this cash out. We'll just come in second place if things stay how they are, and even if like salmon gets it instead of pink, actually, we're still going to be in second place. So as long as nobody gets like a bunch of kills, we're actually still going to win. I think I am going to realize that in a second, but not right now. Maybe I'm just not going to realize it. But in hindsight, always good to do a little bit of math in game. We're actually not going to lose this if we don't get wiped. So I think I'd realize it here, and I decide to res instead of going for the cash out. I think I am still going to go for the cash out for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I probably shouldn't have. Probably just should have run far away. I did see the C4, but a bit too late. I dome shield, I RPG someone, I try and get a couple of shots off, and I think now I'm going to die, right? Yeah. And luckily, teammates don't get wiped. So if he got wiped there, we would have lost. Really not a smart play by me to A, camp the enemy's totem for like a minute there before. That was really, really awful, especially when 2 vaults were being opened. And B, it was also bad of me to not do the math and notice that we're actually going to win if we just don't get wiped. So even if like a different team is gonna get a cash out, you don't always have to go for that, which is exactly what happened there. And we did still win, and now we're in the finals. The final round has commenced, and we are going to Vault 1. In these matches, I always like to just kind of get the game started, so I do get shot from something. I honestly don't know where that person was, but I just open the vault, it gets the game started, and I like doing it. I see a shadow, so I think someone might be on the roof. I try and jump up. I think sometimes you can make that jump, but I don't make that jump. I might try it again in a second, I think, actually. But I'm just looking at the vault in case someone's going to open it. Someone throws gas down, and then someone throws pyro stuff down. I'm pretty sure I can make this jump, but I actually can't, I think. Maybe I'm just not doing the jump properly, but I really thought I could make that jump. This I can definitely make. I'm going to be looking on the roof here, because again, I saw someone's shadow, so I think someone's up here. There are people up here. I thought the heavy was shooting at me, so I was going to back away there. They weren't shooting at me, though. They were shooting at someone else. I almost killed that heavy, but I start getting shot by the other one as well, and then I die. So definitely not very good by me. I kind of knew where the enemies were. I should have pinged them, at least, because that would have told my teammates, but I don't, and then I die, and that is not very good. Different teammates dead. Third teammate going for the res here. I think they're going to get a kill in a second. Yeah, one sees them. Try and come down. They get a really nice kill with a barrel, actually. That's a very nice kill. I quite liked that one when I was watching. They also chuck 2 C4 in this barrel, because I think they think that someone else is going to come, and then we both just coin. So I've got 4 coins from just not really coining throughout the previous matches, and again, you want to be using them in the final round, because now I can just go straight to A. I don't really care what my teammates do here, because even if they die, they're just going to coin, because I'm not going to rest them if they're far away. But here, I don't think there's many people at A, because my teammate was just fighting them somewhere far away, right? So I'm going to A, gonna try and 1v1 whoever's here. Someone might have coined, so maybe it's a 2v1, but I'm gonna try and win this fight, and then I'm gonna try and steal the cash out, because that's going to give us an advantage. They drop down, just gonna destroy the APS turret, so it's not going to be annoying in the future. See them to the right, RPG them, and I'm gonna finish them off with the shotgun. And I'm gonna try and get back up, and I'm probably going to steal the cash out. I did have a little look at their totem as well, just to see if the enemy got wiped or not. You can also just look in the top left, but I think I considered like camping their totem. But then I realized that in the final round, that's probably not going to be as effective, because the enemies are probably just going to be coining a lot. You can also check the enemies' tokens rather, so you can see how many coins they have. I think I just do it there. I think I see 2 have 2 and 1 has 4. So there's probably not going to be much totem camping in this match, because they've got a lot of coins, right? But if you're playing an enemy where they all only have like 1 coin each, or even 0 coins, then it's going to be very, very, very good to camp the enemy's totems in the final round. That's going to be huge, especially if they don't have many coins. And that's another reason why you don't want to try and coin so much in the early stages of the match, like in rounds 1 and 2, and even sometimes in rounds 3 you want to probably not coin as much. But anyway, enemies are down here. Just get an RPG off. Teammate tries a C4 barrel. It doesn't work. I throw a C4. I throw a dome shield and try and push a little bit. You can use dome shields a little bit offensively to try and like push into cover that you threw down. So that's what I try and do. I think they drop down though. Teammate dies, so I'm thinking about going to res. Actually, I'm just going to go res. I'm going to pick up their totem and just bring it to safety. I can still see the stairway beneath, though. Unfortunately, the totem actually starts rolling, so I can't see it anymore. But always good to try and res where you can see the enemies are going to come from, so you can quickly react if you need to. But teammate is up now. There's a bit of gas by here. There's also a dome shield by here. I saw someone over there somewhere. They start shooting at me. I shoot at them a little bit. They also shoot at this heavy a little bit. That's actually really fortunate that I got that jump pad, because I think I was probably going to die if I didn't. But I get a nice jump pad there. I try and blow up the C4 to see if it's still in the dome shield. Reload the RPG, also reload the shotgun. And I'm probably just going to try and res as soon as I can here. I see the heavy. I chuck teammate's totem back here. And I am just going to res them first. I could have went to fight that heavy, but I don't know who's alive or not. I could check the scoreboard, but I didn't do that. Then I just RPG them, and we get that kill. We get that team wipe, rather. Then I'm going to res my other teammate, and we're going to go to Vault 2. I think that this is the time right around where one of the enemies disconnects. So I would have shown, I wouldn't have shown this game, rather, if the enemy only had 2 people on its team for the entire match, because that just would have been unfair. It wouldn't really have been so impressive. But someone is about to disconnect on the enemy team, so it's going to be a 3v2 for the rest of the match. And that is a little bit unfortunate, but it's only going to happen for the second cash out. There's only going to be 2 cash outs in this match, because we're going to win. We're going to get 20,000 straight. But I'm still showing this match because we still got the first cash out quite okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm still showing it. Again, if it was just like a 3v2 for the entire match, probably just wouldn't have shown it. But because we managed to get the first cash out when it was still a 3v3, I think I'm just still going to show the rest of this anyway. So it always sucks when a teammate leaves, and it kind of takes the fun out of the competitiveness of the game as well, even when it's on the enemy team, because, you know, you start to get a little bit cocky and stuff like that. So it's not great when enemies leave. It's not great when teammates leave either. It's just not great when people leave in general. Don't be that guy. Just finish the round. You might still win. Like, this is the final round. You just have to get 2 cash outs in a row and you win. That's all you have to do. And that was close. It's not like we just absolutely obliterated them, right? Like, I think I probably got killed a couple of times. Teammates got killed a couple of times. So they definitely could have done okay there, and I don't think they just disconnected or had a Wi-Fi outage or anything like that, because they didn't reconnect at any point, which you can do. So, you know, always sucks to not have a third teammate. I RPG the person that had the C4 barrel. Again, C4 barrels are really not that great anymore. Like, yes, they do a bunch of damage, but if there's a heavy on the enemy team and they RPG you, you're probably gonna die. So I RPG'd that person, I finished them off, and then I'm going to go res my teammate. I am on the lookout for an enemy here, because I just want to make sure we don't lose still. Chuck a dome shield down, and now I'm going to res. They start shooting it, so I shoot them. They are low. I miss all of my 4 shots here. And then I have a little think about maybe keeping them alive, because then it means that, like, if we kill them later, they're going to respawn later, meaning there's less time for them to get the cash out. So I had a little think about that there, and temporarily didn't shoot them for a second. Then I realized that probably didn't make much sense because they can just coin. So for the rest of this match, I'm just going to shoot them like normal. And I also got a bit annoyed I died there because it was a 1v1 and I didn't like losing the 1v1. So that wasn't great. And sure enough, an enemy just coins there. Oh no, they don't. They get wiped. So here they get wiped. Probably not so much is going to happen here. It's just going to reinforce the cash out a little bit, I'd say. And there might be one more fight in it, so I'll skip to that if it happens. Final few seconds in the match, not a lot going on. They're probably just not going to get this cash out because, again, unfortunately for them, it's a 2v3. So it's really just not great for anyone when, you know, the teams are not the same amount of players in each team. I did not say that properly, but you know what I mean. I get killed, and then I think a teammate does like a C4 barrel and just blows everyone up, and then we win. So, you know, a little bit of a bittersweet victory, because a victory never feels as good when it's like you've got a massive advantage or something, so a little bit annoying as well to win that. But again, I am still showing it because I think I played quite poorly the first 2 rounds, quite well in the second 2 rounds, so that offers some contrast. And also for the first cash out there were 3 people on the enemy team, so I'm going to show that anyway. So yeah, not great stats, but you know, this is a game where stats don't really matter, and we ended up winning the game. So yeah, I know some people wanted me to do like a medium ranked game and a light ranked game, because I haven't done one in a long time. I've been doing like only heavies. I literally am just not good enough to win as light and medium, especially because I'm solo queuing as well. You just don't know what teammates you're going to get, and I think there's much more solo potential as a heavy than there is with a light and a medium. I made a whole video about that, so I'm not going to get into that too much, but I'm definitely maining heavy right now, especially just because the ranked matchmaking system really isn't that great. I had good teammates in that match, but a lot of the time I just don't have good teammates, and I'm going to be able to do more as a heavy than I am as a light or as a medium when I don't have the best teammates. So yeah, but there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.